On the 12th of February 1999, Christine Maria Fenner went missing from her Booyal residence at 532 Kirk-Marule Road and has not been seen or heard from since. Ms. Fenner was in extremely poor health at the time of her disappearance as a result of regular heavy alcohol consumption. She was described by witnesses who had seen her in the preceding days as appearing as though she required urgent medical attention. This was confirmed by witness Helen Bright, who was the last person reported to see Miss Fenner alive. Ms. Bright last saw Miss Fenner at approximately midday on the 12th of February 1999, at which time she noted that her face seemed to droop, that she was incapable of dressing herself, and that she had difficulty speaking. There is also evidence that Miss Fenner and her de facto partner, Mark Graham, had a significant argument on the night before her disappearance, although their relationship was generally described by most people who knew them to be good. When Mr. Graham returned home at approximately 5:30 p.m, Miss Fenner was missing. Mr. Graham had allegedly searched the residence and questioned neighbours about whether they had seen Miss Fenner that day, but did not appear to be overly concerned, as he said she had previously disappeared for a few days at a time and then returned home. Miss Fenner's daughter, Cindy Zwinel, initially took a similar view when she became aware of her mother's disappearance. 5 days later, on the 17th of February 1999, she reported her mother as a missing person, following which State Emergency Services and the Rural Fire Brigade conducted an extensive search of the property. Approximately a year and a half later, on the 25th of July 2000, investigators received information from Childers Police in relation to the possible whereabouts of Miss Fenner. The information received by Childers Police was that Miss Fenner had allegedly been murdered and her body disposed of in a large drum filled with lime. The drum allegedly containing Miss Fenner's body was alleged to be disposed of at a dumping ground near the intersection of Kinkuna Beach Road and Goodwood Road. Investigations into these allegations failed to locate a dumping ground in this area after inquiring with the local council. Extensive searches were conducted in the area and adjacent areas, also failing to locate any dumping ground or any drums. On the 31st of October 2001, police received another anonymous phone call with information in relation to the possible whereabouts of Ms. Fenner. This female caller alleged that Ms. Fenner's body was disposed of in a sewage septic tank of the neighbouring property of where Ms. Fenner previously resided. On the 3rd of January 2002, investigators were granted approval to pump out the sewage tank on the property. Then, on the 18th of February 2002, a search warrant was executed on the premises of Lot 54 Kirk-Marule Road and the sewage tank was emptied, yet no remains were found. 5 years later, on the 15th of December 2007, after yet another phone call was made alleging the possible whereabouts of Ms. Fenner, police attended number 84 Ironbark Road in the suburb of Goodnight Scrub. After a crime scene warrant was executed, the police and State Emergency Services attended the property in the company of a witness, Mr. Anthony Thomas Marchesano. The information provided to police by Mr. Marchesano alleged that a man by the name of Russell Ernest Parrymore had once pointed out to him an alleged gravesite in an area of the property. Police and state emergency services conducted a forensic search of the property, however were unable to locate any remains. On the 20th of August 2008, Detectives McClusker and Owens went back to the property at 84 Ironbark Road, Goodnight Scrub, after police received a second phone call from another witness alleging that Ms. Fenner's remains were disposed of on the property. The area indicated by the witness was the same area indicated a year earlier by witness Mr. Marchesano. Ms. Fenner's body has never been found. At the time Ms. Fenner disappeared, none of her personal items were taken or removed. Items such as her usual footwear, glasses, and cigarettes, which she always had with her, remained in the caravan on the property where she resided. Ms. Fenner's bank account has also never been accessed following her disappearance, and customs have confirmed that she has never left the country. The only evidence implicating a possible suspect is the evidence relating to Mr. Royston Turner. Royston Turner was the partner of Cindy Zweenel, Miss Fenner's daughter, at the time of Miss Fenner's disappearance. Miss Zweenel claims that Mr. Turner had confessed to her that he had killed her mother, saying, quote, "I killed your mother and you'll be next," end quote. Royston Turner denies that he ever confessed to killing Mrs. Fenner. There is, however, no evidence to suggest that Mr. Turner had seen Miss Fenner or been in the vicinity of her property on the day she disappeared. Miss Fenner's neighbour provided evidence that no one was seen entering or leaving the premises or onto the property the day Miss Fenner disappeared. Christine Fenner's body has never been found, and the case continues to remain